It's time for the Daily Stand Up Podcast presented by Agile Dad with your host, Lee Henson. Without any further ado, let's get started. All right, so today I got something special planned for you. This is going to be pretty funny. So on today, 2/22/22, bunch of twos, I thought it'd be fun to talk about the number two. Go figure. So in numerology, the number two is known as a supremely feminine force, one that represents both grace and power. It is cooperative, always aiming to bring peace and balance back to a relationship or situation. This number is also very sensitive of all the other numbers. It has its strongest intuition. It is able to sense currents and feelings instinctively and then use these clues to connect with others using empathy. Interesting. At its very core, two represents partnerships, the coming together or balance between two individual people, concepts, or things. While it holds great power over any situation, it wields it with such diplomacy and tact that the result is not control and authority, but harmony and teamwork. Two is the mediator, able to see two sides of a situation in an unbiased way and guide others down the middle road. Interesting. So, I'm a big believer that numbers have meaning, but I want to dive a little deeper. I'm not a huge numerology guy, but I just think it's so interesting that there's so many twos. So let's talk about the strengths of the number two. So the strengths of two is that it's intuitive. So at a subconscious level, this number can pick up on energies that cannot be seen and only felt. It allows number two to be instinctually aware of feelings, thoughts, hopes, and fears that others have expressed and use those as opportunities to offer support and compassion. Good. It's unifying. Two is known as the peacemaker. It's keenly aware of the values of cooperation, working together. It's diplomatic in its dealings because to be anything else would create an imbalance and make it not a two anymore. Even when it's up against contrasting energies, this number knows and sees the differences and can work together, create something really special and well rounded. It's also influential. Two holds a tremendous amount of power over situations and relationships and handles itself so carefully that its influence can go almost undetected. It's like the working behind the scenes that no one sees happening, but the results are definitely undeniable, right? It doesn't push or use force or put you in weird situations, and I love that. But with all strength comes some weakness as well. So the weakness of number two is that it's often indecisive. In an effort to always stay in that middle ground, two has a hard time with biases and seeing biases, which makes it really difficult to make decisions, large or small. Twos are usually easily hurt. So the drive to instill harmony within oneself and others is so strong that even the slightest irk can or insult can throw number two off balance and they enter a world of hurt. After everything it puts into creating unity, anything that threatens the work of unity or against that effort feels especially painful. And it's usually unassertive. It puts its needs aside in order to maintain and keep the peace. It's often more passive than assertive, and it often causes people to be passive aggressive instead of direct. Interesting. So when you think of number twos, personality traits for the number two, if you're thinking about traits for a number, are tactful, sensitive, influential, cooperative, inclusive, intuitive, supportive, empathetic, and protective. I thought that was interesting. And if you have twos in your numerology chart, it's going to play out differently in your life depending on where it shows up and where it's going on and what's going on. So a lot of people like to study twos and numerology and they notice patterns. And what I can tell you is this: while I'm no numerology expert, what I can say is it's very rare to get a number like 22222, 222 2022. That's a lot of twos in any way, shape, or form. This is only going to happen once in a lifetime. So I guess what I'm trying to say is beyond the numerology of it, enjoy this day filled with twos. And my challenge to you is to find a person you care about the most and spend some time with them. Because unlike Valentine's Day, which may have been a complete dumpster fire, at least on 2/22/22, that's hard to even say, you can have a second chance at redemption and knowing that the power of two is going to be with you and that you'll be able to do some really amazing things. I hope you have an amazing day. Something awesome happens to you. And please share with me. I'd love to hear what happened to you on 2/22/2022. Share some comments, share some stories. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.